What's going on, guys? Good Guy Sid here with another SMOK product, but this time it's a starter kit to get some new people vaping. This is the SMOK NORD 19 kit. Seems pretty interesting. Let's take a close look and see what it's about. So here we have the manuals, and there it is in its shining glory, the SMOK NORD 19 kit. We got our 2 coils, USB charger, and our device. I like kits like this because they don't just appeal to new vapors, but also the older demographic, younger demographic. This is kind of a device for everybody. It's really important that companies still release products like this and aren't always focused on cloud chasing, because we need to get people to quit smoking, and this kind of kit is normally that kit that gets it done. So let's go ahead and pull this device out. So right away, if I was a new vapor, I would actually kind of like this device. It's small, fits in your hand. It's very portable. USB charger on the back and not on the bottom. I like that design better because then you can stand it up and plug it in. A lot of times, some of these devices that are this small come with a USB on the bottom, and then you're laying down your device. Meanwhile, your tank is gonna leak. A lot of people don't know to take the tank off when you go to charge the device. Now, removing the device, this design is pretty interesting. So normally the tank has a base, but just by screwing it off of the device, doesn't seem to be a base there. The airflow and the base of the tank is actually built into the device. So that's your contact pin there. The threads are on the inside to screw down the tank, and then your airflow are these 3 little dots on each side of the device. So that's pretty interesting. I have 2 coils here. I have my 0.6 ohm mesh coil and my 0.8 ohm MTL coil. Today we're gonna be testing out the 0.6 ohm regular mesh coil. The coil is actually going to press into the bottom of the tank. There you go. It goes all the way down, almost flush, and then the rest of it just screws together. And that's basically all there is to it. There's no airflow ring, which some might not like too much, but I mean, it's a small device. This might be that kind of tight draw with a little bit of like a 6 or 12 nick, maybe even 18 in it. Maybe with MTL coil, you might want to use some nick salts, but I believe the tank should be a top fill. And then you just unscrew the drip tip that has somewhat of a cap on it, and it reveals your fill holes. So that's pretty interesting. For the new user, probably an easier, simple design. Not too many parts being unscrewed here, which is always a plus for people just getting into vaping. I'm gonna assume it's 5 clicks on. Okay, I can see that being somewhat of a, not really a favorite thing. I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this so I'm not firing that coil dry, but normally this little red ring around that button would light up on any other device. I'm sure SMOK devices in the past have actually had a light indicator around the button like that. I'm guessing because of the change in design, they weren't able to fit that, so they ended up putting a little light inside of the button. There it is, you guys can see it right there. So not really much to it, just a simple design. This is, I would say, your average starter kit. We're gonna go ahead and fill this up and vape it and see how it performs. Now, one thing I wanted to mention to you guys was the opening on the top of the coil where you would normally prime your coil and put some juice in there. It's very small, so it makes it a little difficult. So for this one, I would try to put a couple drops of juice right inside that center. But ultimately what I would do is put this in the tank, fill the tank, take a couple pulls without firing your device, and let that coil wick for about, 5 or 10 minutes before actually trying the device. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. There's one more thing that I actually kind of noticed that I wanted to notate for you guys. For any of you who've purchased SMOK coils before or SMOK devices and have used their coils before, this is a new design for them. So maybe they're taking notes on some of the feedback they're seeing, looking into maybe better quality coils, different designs that might in turn make the coil last longer. I'm noticing different contacts now, gold-plated contacts. The last device we actually looked at was the TFV16, and those coils were actually differently designed as well. So who knows, maybe SMOK coils are on the rise and they're actually stepping up their game. That'd be interesting to see. But we're gonna go ahead and fill this thing and then vape it. The only downfall I'd say is that this mouthpiece here is a major component to your tank. If something goes wrong with this mouthpiece, it's not really going to work out in your favor. Unless they're sending out replacement caps soon, I could see this going wrong for a lot of people. Over tightening can be a problem. Believe it to be Delrin, so it's going to be not picking up as much heat from your device, which is good, but the inside threads are also Delrin. So it's basically, let's just say, for lack of a better term, like plastic, which means it can strip really easily. And if that happens, you're kind of out a full device unless they'll be sending these caps out soon. So hopefully they do, but don't over tighten it. Just go ahead and screw on that mouthpiece and just hand tight, should do well. Let's vape it. So one thing I noticed is normally devices like this, I actually kind of like it. It's very light. It's not really heavy, but it's still solid, which is a nice quality to have. If you normally some devices like this, if you click them twice, you can change the wattage or voltage or just kind of customize that hit. This one just seems to be one setting, and then I guess it changes as the battery dies. If I click it twice, I see a green light come on. If I try to hold it down while the green light is on, it doesn't change anything. If I turn the device off and hold hold the button down like some Inikin products, it doesn't change anything. So I believe it's just kind of set. So even better for the average user getting into vaping. Smoking is a very bad habit to have and very hard to break, but it's also a very easy thing to do. And that's why so many people do it. You pull out a cigarette, you light it, that's it. You're done with it, you toss it. This is a little closer to that. There's no settings. You just put a coil in, you prime the coil, fill it with juice, and you vape it. So simple is sometimes better. Let's go ahead and vape this thing and see how it is. Not too much flavor right now, but maybe just still breaking in. It's been a little while now, but take another dry pull on there, pull some more juice into that coil. I don't want to flood it, but I'm also going to let some air in there since it's a small tank and I filled it all the way to the top. Sometimes it's like a reverse vacuum that happens and it doesn't let the juice pull into the coil. And opened it a little bit, let more air in. I'm going to pull on it again. Okay, the flavor is a little muted, but it is good and could be used with regular e-juice with that 0.6 ohm mesh coil. The MTL coil, that's probably where you're really gonna have your people converting to vaping is with the MTL 0.8 ohm coil. Put a little Nick salt with the MTL coil, you get the right satisfaction, the right amount of flavor. I think this device has a lot of potential and is actually probably one of the strongest starter kits out there. A lot of people like pen style vapes, just for some reason it's just kind of more of a natural thing. So kudos to you guys, this is a good starter kit. I actually really like it. And if I was to recommend someone to quit smoking and I saw this in a shop, and I knew there was someone that needed something portable, small, something that doesn't cause a lot of attention, I'd probably point them towards this direction, if not this product. I don't know if it would be the product for stealth vaping though. As you can see, it does push out a decent amount of vape. Not that that's the goal, but it is what it is. That's what it does. So definitely not a stealth vaping device, but a good starter kit. Kudos to SMOK on that Nord 19 kit. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching Good Guy First Looks. We appreciate the support from you guys. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers. That's amazing. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and also hit that little notification button so you can know when the new videos get posted. We'll see you guys on the next one.